The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows as I hurried to catch the last bus. I was running late, and this was my only chance to get home before nightfall. But as I reached the bus stop, my heart sank. The last regular bus had just pulled away, leaving me stranded. But then through the darkness I saw a bus, its headlights like ghostly eyes peering through the fog. It wasn't on the schedule, but something compelled me to get on. It was old and unassuming, with no route number and the windows fogged over. As the doors hissed open, I hesitated, then stepped inside. The other passengers were already seated, their faces obscured by the dim light. There were about 10 of them, all staring straight ahead, eerily silent. They were an odd bunch, dressed in clothes that seemed a century old. Some were in suits, others in tattered dresses. Their skin was unnaturally pale, and their eyes vacant. They didn't acknowledge my presence, nor did they seem to have any faces. As the door slid shut, I turned to the driver, a tall, thin man with slicked back hair. He, too, had eyes that stared right through me, devoid of warmth or recognition. The engine started with a cough, and we were on the road. But this was no ordinary ride. The driver didn't speak, and after a while, I realized he wasn't going to. He took us through roads I didn't recognize, endless stretches of fog and darkness. We seemed to be driving for hours, and still the road offered no familiar landmarks. Then it hit me. This wasn't a bus to anywhere, it was a bus to oblivion. I began to see visions, fragments of lives lived and lost. I saw a young girl in a Victorian nightgown, her face pale and drawn. I saw a soldier in a tattered uniform, his eyes haunted by a distant war. And then I understood this bus was a reaper, a fairy in the night, carrying lost souls to their final destination, the afterlife, or perhaps something worse. Fear clawed at me, but there had to be a way out. I tried the doors, they wouldn't open. I pulled the emergency cord, but it was no use. Time seemed to freeze. The faces in the crowd swam into view, their eyes burning with a strange light. And then the driver turned to me, his face a mask of shadows, his eyes glowing red in the darkness. He spoke, his voice a raspy whisper. "Give yourself up to the ride, child, or find a way to break the curse." And as he uttered those words, the bus lurched to a halt. The doors hissed open and I stepped out. It was the same bus stop where I'd missed the last bus hours ago. I was trapped, doomed to repeat the journey until eternity. Or was I?